All right, let's see if we can get a little more release going through that ball. Get up on that back toe. Get that right near where that left is.
Okay, I did really well there. I stayed still. After I got in the right spot, then I was still.
Way better with the right hip.
Here, come on over and show it on the camera.
Not where I want to be.
Yeah, just be like right here and show it to the camera, and you can teach the people what you're looking at. Tilt it down just a little bit. Oh yeah, that's good.
So here we're working on a release, an angle. I release it a tiny bit early, and I hold it, and that's what I'm trying to get more release through the shot.
Now tell us why you're trying to get more release through.
Because it's the same exact thing as not staying down through the shot. When you come up out of it a little bit, or if I, they call it humping the golf ball. If my zipper gets closer to the golf ball, then you have a tendency to hold it. But if you stay down, what we're looking to do is stay down where this back butt cheek is going to slam that way. From that's when you really, really, bam, get that good release. If you do a little bit of this, you kind of wind up holding it going through because you don't have as good of rotation. You can rotate or you can early extend. You got a choice, right?
Right.
So I need to work on that rotation through the ball. It should have been a little better.
Okay, so let's talk about the release. So Hugh, how do you expect the amateur player, the recreational golfer, to be consistent in releasing the timing of that? Tell me how you have your students, how are they able to replicate a release instead of, as we see some pros will teach a hold through ball.
Okay, so yeah, those are non-PGA internet teachers who are teaching not to release it. What you want to do is you want to look at what Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy, Ben Hogan, all the greats did. The reason you can release it really well is if your hands are just very relaxed on the club. And if your body's making the right moves and your hands are relaxed, they're automatically just going to create the angle here. Never hold, I don't want to say hold. But just think, if I'm here in my lower body with the weight on the inside of the right foot, most important thing, even like Ernie Els says, get that knee, keep it kicked in the whole time. Gary Player goes like this, right? Kicks in that right knee, keeps that right knee kicked in, because when we get the body moving this way, our arms can then become very passive automatically. They realize that they won't have to do much work. And what that does is it creates that angle that we're looking for, because if your body's doing that, and the more you can give a little bit of a squat to it, the more angle you're going to get too. And if your hands are nice and passive, then you're going to get the release automatically, and you don't really have to think about it. So it's all about creating the correct angles and weight distribution with your lower body. It allows you to use passive hands through it. You don't have to manipulate the club face.
Good point. All right, show it.
So let's hit a shot now. You can watch my hands through impact here. Let it release.
Good. Hugh, what is the number one thing that you would tell your students to do at home, not on the golf course or the practice range? What's one tip that they could do at home to improve their golf swing when they do go out to practice?
I would say, geez, there's a bunch of stuff you can do at home. But if I had to pick the most important thing, I would say there's a drill that I give my students called the head against the wall drill.
I love that one.
And I call it the head against the wall drill because you're basically putting your head against the wall. And, what you want to do is you want to muscle memorize that right there. So many of my students, They come off of it, they come up, they'll go this way, they'll go down. But if we're swinging around that spine and maintaining the spine angle in the backswing, and as long as your weight's on the insides of your feet, you can really attack that ball, and that's such a great feeling.
So let's turn to the side, down the line view, and let's imagine the club is the wall. So you're going to put the forehead against the wall and maintain spine angle, and go halfway back and halfway through.
So what you're doing here is two things. Number one, remember golf is all about opposing forces. We're turning the chest, but we're resisting with the inside of that leg. Now, that doesn't mean put your weight left. It means you're strengthening that leg so we can take that turn on the golf course. We're going right there with it. So turn your chest back even a little further than you think you might need to on the course to give you a little extra flexibility and a little extra strength here. So right now, my right leg really hurts because I'm really holding the weight where it belongs and I'm strengthening my leg. And then when you go through, you want your knees to touch and you want to be up on the toe while your head's still on the wall. Just like this. With your belt buckle that way and your hip that way. And just, if you're in a position, if you can get to that impact position comfortably, golf's going to be so easy. Reilly.